Olivia was a beautiful, hard-working woman, the kind whose smile could light up an entire room. She was the kind of wife every man dreamed of having, gentle, loving, yet strong in spirit. She was married to Daniel, a tall, handsome man with warm eyes and a heart that beat only for her. Together, they built a peaceful life in a quiet neighborhood in Lekki, Lagos. Their home was full of laughter, love, and music, especially because of their little daughter, Grace, a bright 6-year-old who loved to sing around the house. Every morning, Olivia would hum as she prepared breakfast, while Grace danced around the kitchen in her pajamas. Daniel would come in, still half asleep, and pretend to scold them both. "Do you two ever stop making noise in this house?" he'd say, smiling. Olivia would laugh, "It's not noise, Daniel, it's love." Their life wasn't perfect, but it was theirs, filled with small joys and endless devotion. On weekends, they would go to the park, feed pigeons, and take silly pictures together. Daniel often said, "No matter how busy life gets, I'll never be too busy to love you." And Olivia would always reply, "Even if I lose everything, I'll never lose you." But fate has a way of testing promises. It happened on a Thursday afternoon, the kind of day when the sky looked too calm to hide tragedy. Olivia had gone out to pick up Grace from school. A truck, brakes failed, swerved off the road, and within seconds, everything changed. Daniel got the call while in a meeting. His world stopped. He rushed to the hospital, his mind blank, his heart pounding like a drum. When he saw her lying there, pale and broken, connected to tubes and machines, his knees gave way. "Olivia, please wake up," he whispered, gripping her hand. "Grace needs you. I need you." Days turned into weeks, and Daniel barely left the hospital. Grace stayed with her grandmother, asking each night, "Daddy, when will Mommy come home?" Daniel would smile weakly, "Soon, my love. Very soon." Then one morning, a miracle. Olivia opened her eyes. Daniel jumped to his feet, overwhelmed with joy. "Thank God. Olivia, it's me. It's Daniel." But Olivia's eyes searched his face blankly. "Who are you?" she asked softly. He froze. "It's me, your husband." She frowned. "I don't understand. I don't have a husband." The doctor explained it gently, retrograde amnesia. Her memories of the past 8 years were gone. She remembered her parents, her friends from university, but not Daniel. Not their wedding. Not their home. Not even Grace. When Daniel brought Grace to see her, the little girl ran into the room shouting, "Mommy." Olivia's eyes filled with confusion. "I'm sorry, who are you?" Grace stopped mid-step, her smile fading. Daniel's heart shattered as he carried their crying daughter out of the room. The woman he loved, the mother of his child, had forgotten the life they built. Weeks later, Olivia was discharged. The doctor advised that being around familiar people might help her regain her memory. So Daniel brought her home. But to Olivia, everything felt strange. The house, the furniture, even her own reflection in family photos. She stood by the hallway, staring at a picture of her wedding day. "That's me, but I don't remember this." Daniel stood behind her, his voice trembling. "That's the happiest day of our lives." At night, she couldn't sleep. Sometimes she'd hear Grace humming softly in her room, the same song Olivia used to sing to her. It felt familiar, but she didn't know why. Days turned into weeks. Daniel tried everything, cooking her favorite meals, playing her favorite songs, showing her old videos. But Olivia only grew distant. One night, she said, "Daniel, you seem like a good man, but I can't force myself to love someone I don't remember." He nodded slowly, hiding his pain. "I understand. But I'll wait. No matter how long it takes." Then one afternoon, everything grew worse. A man named Victor showed up, Olivia's ex-boyfriend from her university days. He claimed he came to check on her, but Daniel saw through his charm. Victor was manipulative, smooth-talking, the kind of man who could twist emotions for his own gain. Olivia, however, didn't remember their past. She only saw a familiar face in a world of strangers. Victor used that to his advantage, visiting often, making her laugh, telling her how they used to be perfect together. Daniel tried to stay calm, but one night, he confronted him outside the gate. "Stay away from my wife," Daniel said coldly. Victor smirked. Your wife. She doesn't even know who you are. Maybe it's time you faced reality. The words burned. That night, Daniel sat in the dark, tears streaming down his face. How do I make her remember me, when I'm already a ghost in her world? The next morning, Daniel packed a small bag. He left a letter on the kitchen table and walked out silently. Olivia found it later. It read, "If my love is too heavy for you to carry now, I'll put it down until you're ready to hold it again. But I'll never stop waiting for the day you remember me." She folded the letter, tears in her eyes, though she couldn't explain why she was crying. Days passed. Victor kept visiting, but Olivia began to feel uncomfortable around him. His words felt forced, his touch too familiar. Something inside her resisted, something deep, hidden. Then one evening, it happened again. Victor tried to force her to kiss him. "Don't fight it," he said. She shoved him back. "Leave me alone." In the struggle, she slipped, hitting her head on the marble floor. Everything went dark. When she woke again, Daniel was by her side. His eyes red from crying, his hands trembling as he held hers. "Olivia, please, don't leave me again." She stared at him for a moment, then her lips parted softly. "Daniel." He froze. You remember me?" Tears streamed down her face. "How could I forget the man who never stopped loving me?" He broke down, holding her tightly as if afraid she'd vanish again. "I thought I lost you forever." She smiled weakly. "You can't lose what's already a part of your soul." Months later, Olivia fully recovered. Her memory returned piece by piece, the laughter, the love, the music, and their daughter's voice. They renewed their vows in a quiet garden surrounded by flowers and the sound of Grace singing her mother's favorite song. Daniel slipped the ring on her finger once again. "This time," he whispered, "no forgetting, no losing." Olivia smiled through tears. "Even if I forget again, just love me back into remembering." The sun dipped beneath the Lagos skyline, wrapping their small family in golden light. And as Grace's laughter echoed through the air, Daniel knew love had conquered again. Because sometimes, even when memory fades, true love remembers.